Hey everybody, welcome back to Tommy's Tesla Tech and Travel. I wanted to use you guys as a sounding board to kind of get my thoughts out there and work some things out. I have two conundrums to talk about, and both of them revolve around Disney. If you've watched the channel in the past, or if you're new to the channel, although we do Tesla Tech and Travel, that travel portion we mostly go to Disneyland. My wife and I have been Disney files since we met each other, and even before we knew each other, and kind of passed that along to our children who are also now Disney files. We got our annual passes about 2 years ago, the Magic Key. And last year we made a video around the same time talking about whether or not we wanted to renew them. We're having that same conversation again, but there's a big difference between last year and this year. This year, the prices have gone up $150 compared to what they were per Magic Key last year. And we actually wanted to buy Magic Keys for our kids way back when, but now here's our kind of thought process by it. We know we're fortunate and we love the fact that we are Magic Key holders because we love Disneyland, we love being a part of it, and we love having our annual passes to essentially go when we wanted. Here is the problem. Since then, our oldest son, Henry, has started school. And all the times that we can really go with Henry not having to miss school or anything are either A, the times that are blocked out in our passes, or B, since we both work, everyone has kids and families, not everybody can have those times off. And sometimes just not in the cards to go during those times where we can, because everybody else has the time off as well. So do we renew them this year? Because they have gone up $150 per pass since the first time we bought them. And this is the weirdest way to rationalize a decision like this. We're like, oh, if we go at least twice, they pay for themselves, which is, again, the most first world way to describe this problem. It's like, oh, we have to go to Disneyland at least twice to justify these, so I guess we're going twice. And we don't live in California. We live in Arizona, as you see by the shirt. So do we renew them this year? I want to go over a couple pros and cons with you. So let's do that now. So here are the cons. Like I said earlier, we don't live in California, so we don't get to go as much as we would like or we would hope, and some might argue enough to justify having the annual pass. The other cons are my wife and I are the only ones that has annual pass, so when we still go, we still have to buy them for our kids as well. And last time we were able to upgrade them to a Magic Key if we wanted to, but it was only to the Dream Key, and I'm not going to upgrade a 6-year-old and 3-year-old to something that costs $1,600 a year each. If anything, we would do it for ourselves if we could justify it with the benefits, which since we live so far away, it's almost impossible to justify it, except there's way fewer blackout dates. The other part is, looking at our schedule this coming year, we have a lot we've already planned. Like we're going to Oregon soon. I would be going to WonderCon right by Disneyland, which is a second conundrum we'll talk about later. It's more of a personal moral conundrum of sorts, but we'll get back to that. So the con is it going to be really worth it since we can't go as much, possibly? Well, let's talk about the pros. And the pros are pros from our perspective, and the pros and cons in situations like this are always subjective, right? So in our case, the pros are, we're huge Disney files. We love Disneyland, and we like having those annual passes because it makes us feel that much closer to this thing that we really love and enjoy doing. So in that essence, the price is kind of worth it. The second pro is, if we kind of financially commit to these tickets, I know it's going to inspire us to go more often than we would had we not had these tickets. Because, you make that sort of financial investment, you're not going to let it go to waste. So we'll find time to go. But it's also committing to something that we don't know what the future holds. So paying that now to go do something over the next year. And what if happens if we can't find time to go do it over the next year? Was it not worth it at that point? But the little things that I love, and this other pros are, we love the fact that we can get our little Disney discounts, even though you're paying that much for a ticket. It's not really a discount in the long run, but we're delusional in that regard. And just kind of something about walking up to those gates, walking through there where Walt walked through, and just showing our pass and going in. It's something that we've always dreamed of having, and here we are. And again, the con is they've gone up in price. When we first got them, if I recall correctly, it's been a couple years now, they were $6.99 each, and at the time we had 4-day park hopper passes that went toward the total cost. Now they are $8.49 each. So we're talking about a lot of money. We're talking about $1,700 for the two of them. Seeing that today is January 9th, tomorrow is January 10th, 2024, which if you've been following any kind of Disney news, they're reopening up the purchases of new Magic Keys. So as before, the only way you can get them is if you were a past Magic Key holder or current Magic Key holder, or if you were upgrading your multi-day park hopper pass into like the dream key, for example, the highest echelon key. If we renew ours, do we try to buy passes for the kids? Let me talk about some other stuff first and we'll come back to that. I don't know, guys. Write down in the comments, write down below what you think we should do, and keep it nice, and keep it civil, because there's been some comments lately where I'm like, wow. Luckily, I got thick skin. Nothing really bothers me in that regard because it's social media. Everybody's tough on social media. But we all come into this. You're watching this right now because presumably we share a passion for either Tesla, tech, travel, or all the above, or Disney in this case. So if it's not something you enjoy, just move on. If it's something that you enjoy or you want to help support the channel, please like and subscribe. If not, there's plenty of other stuff to watch. Be nice. Well, let me tell you what I think I've decided to do. I think we're going to renew our annual passes. I might actually even do that tonight because today, as we record this, it's January 9th, which leads us into our second conundrum here. I'm going to WonderCon at the end of March, beginning of April. I'm a huge comic book fan. If you haven't done so, go back and watch our videos on my comic book collecting. Huge comic book nerd. I mean, you see the stuff behind me here. I'm going to WonderCon. Originally, I was going to cancel it as I bought the ticket when it became available, but my friends that were supposed to go with me aren't able to go now. I'd be going by myself because Henry's in school. Dana's going to be working, and Charlie, well, I want to enjoy the convention. So I was going to cancel, but Dana told me, do it. Please go enjoy yourself. Okay, so I'm going to. But then I looked, I was like, oh, well, I'm there. I can go to Disney. Again, two conundrums. One, oh, I can stop by Disneyland. That'd be kind of cool. I've never been to Disneyland solo. I've always been there with friends, family, and then my immediate family for like the last, 10 years, Dana and I, or Dana and I and the kids. So it's like, oh man, I've never really gone to Disney by myself. Even the times I've been there by myself in past vlogs, it's because Dana and the kids had gone back to the hotel and I stuck around for like an extra hour or so just to ride something. But I thought it'd be kind of cool to kind of vlog there from my perspective in between the convention stuff. But lo and behold, even if I renew my passes, the convention itself is during a blackout period. So I couldn't go if I wanted to using my pass. So I was looking at just, what hotels would cost, and hotel prices had gone up, presumably because of WonderCon. I was looking at, hey, you know what? I wonder if I book through Getaway Today, which is our favorite site to use, not sponsored or anything, we just really enjoy the site. I wonder what it would cost for the same hotels and get the Disney pass. And lo and behold, when I first checked it, the cost of the hotel I looked at, the same hotel with the 2-day park offer was roughly the same price, give or take about $40. So I was like, oh, cool. But then I was like, oh, well, then I'm kind of committing to a 2-day park hopper. I don't know. So I started looking at other hotels, and that part, it keeps messing my head. I keep going back because the hotel that I'm looking at, we just really enjoy. It's the hotel we stay at pretty much every time we go. And it's close enough to the convention center where it's literally less than half a block away. But then I feel guilty about going to the park without my wife and kids at this point. And that's my conundrum. Should I feel guilty and not go? Or like as she said, it's fine, go, like enjoy yourself. But I feel weird going to the Disney park knowing that my wife's at home at work and the kids going to school and the other kids terrorizing my mother and aunt. But then I was like, oh, well, do I even need to get that hotel because it's a little bit more pricey and I'm by myself? I could stay at a cheaper one further away. But then in my brain, well, I'm further away from Disney. That'd be a longer walk to and fro. I'm like, oh, but I don't even know if I'm buying the ticket to go to Disney. So I should just stay at this hotel. I keep going around in circles. So that's my second conundrum. What do y'all think I should do? Should I just bite the bullet and pay that price through Getaway where I get the ticket and the hotel where I can do Disney if I want to? Or should I just go, like, count my blessings? I'm going to a sweet convention in Anaheim by myself for the weekend. Just get the cheaper hotel kind of close by and just worry about comic books. What do you guys think? Well, I'm going to give you a couple minutes here before I tell you what I've decided to do. Like I said earlier, though, if you haven't done so, please like and subscribe. That really helps the channel, and even share it if you kind of like our content that we're making. If you don't, that's fine. But like I said, be nice. As Justin Scard says, the quest for positivity. Be a nice person. There's no need. There's enough negative stuff out there on the internet. Either like it and watch it, or back up and move on. Thanks, everybody. Just like that, we are renewed for another year. So we are still Disney Pass holders. As for getting them for the kids tomorrow, January 10th, I think we are going to pass on that. Because when we go, we like to book through Getaway Today because we can get a little bit better hotel rates and also get the tickets directly through them. Usually at a somewhat cheaper reduced rate, not by much. They actually reduced more of the rate of the hotel than the tickets themselves. But hey, you know what? Every dollar counts when you're going to Disney. So yay, there's the first conundrum done. We renewed our annual passes at least one more time. I didn't actually talk this over with Dana. So, sorry, I'm gonna take these glasses off because I got a nice little glare there. But I didn't talk this over with Dana, so yeah, let's see how her reaction is in the morning when I tell her. As for the second part of our conundrum, I'm gonna look at the pricing today. Again, if it makes sense, I think I will book through Getaway today with the pass to go at least 1 or 2 days while I'm there. Mostly because I want to document it and kind of do it as content for the channel, showing what it is like from my perspective going as a dad of 2 and a husband to a Disney-phile like myself without them there. Like, what do I do when it's just me? I'm not worried about what the kids are going to ride, what the kids are going to eat. If, you know, the kids are being a little overwhelming for her or for myself or whatever, like literally going with no other stresses except for just going to Disney. And let's see where the day takes us. But this is also going to be done, I'm going there for the comic book convention, so that's definitely going to take priority. But if it's going to be the same pricing overall, I don't see the harm in it. Hey guys, thanks for being my sounding board and thanks for listening to me through this whole ordeal. You guys are a big help, whether you know it or not, because I do this because I love making the vlogs and it is really therapeutic for me. It's that artistic therapy that I don't get anymore since I'm not producing comics on a regular basis and I'm not doing the podcast anymore or anything like that. I get some artistic outlet in different areas. I'm not saying I'm an artist by any stretch of the imagination, but this is something that makes me feel like, I don't know, it gets that creative part of my brain going that helps my anxiety and depression. And it also allows me to document certain things with the family and everything else that long after I'm gone off this earth, my family and kids and everyone can look back and on our adventures. So I take a little bit of happiness and joy and pride in that. So thanks you for watching. Thanks for subscribing. If you haven't done so yet, please do it. But hey, we're still Disney Pass holders and I'm going to WonderCon. So keep up with the videos. Make sure you like and subscribe because you're going to see those adventures coming up soon. But hey guys, thanks for taking another ride with us. Let's take another ride again soon. And stay tuned because we're actually going to be doing an unboxing with some cool stuff I just got for the Model Y we just purchased. All right guys, let's take another ride again soon. Bye-bye everybody.